First of all, the way that birth is being taught in the medical system and the way that it is perpetuated in our culture and the way that it's being treated in the hospitals is actually why birth is so painful. So if somebody interrupts you, suddenly you're back in pain again. This is again why you want to have the right environment where nobody touches you. Because when you go into that deep meditative state on your own, you can easily be snapped out of it by people doing things that you don't want them to be doing. This is again why I say you need to understand physiological birth. That's one of the 5 pillars, because once you understand it, then you know how to pick the right environment and the right care provider and communicate to your partner and your doula and everybody around you what you need to feel safe enough to basically leave your body. Because this is what you do, is you leave your body. Now, at a certain point though, things shift from the progressing labor of active labor, where you're moving around and you're in your zone and your element, and you're just following the rhythms of your body, not letting anybody else tell you what position to get into, not letting anybody else speed things up, because once they try to speed things up and get you to do things, again, you're out of your body. This can also lead to labor taking longer than it needs to, because you can't relax. This is what happened to me, is I was in labor with my daughter, but I called the midwife because I thought, oh, I'm 4 centimeters, so I should call the midwife, brought her to the house, had the doula there, and they had me getting up and down the stairs and doing all of the things to try to get labor moving. It's counterintuitive, but you don't want to do that. If you feel sleepy, take a nap. If you're tired between contractions and you don't want to do the exercises, that's your body saying, you know what? No, like, we're just going to rest. If you need to rest, rest. If you're hungry, eat, because that is early labor. Get in your cave. We'll pick things up. And if it starts up and fizzles out a few times, that's okay. You don't have to do anything until you feel in your instincts that something's wrong, not other people telling you that something is wrong. Because oftentimes when you follow the physiological birth process, unless you have had a complication yourself, or there's something wrong with your baby where your body is like, something's wrong, which you will know, birth works. This is why there's a much lower risk of complications with moms who intentionally choose unassisted birth or intentionally choose home birth. But a lot of stories, like a lot of research, lumps in intended unassisted and home births with unintended unassisted home births. And in that case, when you're not prepared for it, that's when problems arise, because nobody knows what to do. So if you are going to go that route where you want to have nobody touching you, even in the hospital, you need to understand how this works. So if you want to know more, all you have to do is follow me on all of my social media channels, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And make sure you're also getting onto my e-newsletter that I send out every single week that will help you in having a natural birth, as natural as possible. Not the one that leads you into falling into what I call the natural birth traps. If you go to my website, empoweringmomsbirth.com, and scroll down, you'll find that you have an option to put in your name and email to sign up for this newsletter. You're also going to get some free gifts from me, and they are going to help you to avoid the natural birth traps that are so prevalent in maternity care that you don't see coming, avoid the bait and switch, and avoid getting tricked out of having your beautiful natural birth so you're not robbed of your birth experience. You're also going to be able to know the exact steps that you need to take to get your birth plans back on track and to make sure that you actually have this beautiful transformative birth that you deserve. Because the truth is that birth is a physiological process. It is not a medical one. All right. So again, empoweringmomsbirth.com, and I will see you next week. Bye.